that everybody knows that Ken Flagg, this is he's a new MMT here, been around a long time, about learning how to trade that left elbow gap down. He knows if he slides below 90, he can start taking profits because we're getting exhausted. He bought down here. His entry price was 283.43. That was his entry price. And the bid and ask right now is 287. So he's made a $4 move off of that bottom, buying this left elbow gap down that we did in pre-market. And this is a follow-up of that move. And basically, whether it's any left elbow gap down, is you always pick out the leader to do that. Go back and look at the SMF pre-market futures tape, tag cloud that, because eventually we'll have a system that you can tag cloud all of these things. Now, he's letting the trade run up here at the top because he's got a fairly decent intraday range there at 94, 95. And that's what he's got going on. So basically, I'm going to pause it for just a minute. He's letting the winner run and maximizing the profits because, once again, he paid attention to me in pre-market. The MMTs get pre-market setups. We premiered that left elbow by half of that bar, and Ken Flagg did. He bought it right in here. Obviously, 283.43 is the entry, and that's right here, down in this bar. So he got his entry here, and senior traders got 3,000 shares of that, and basically are making the perfect left elbow down right to our teeny mathematical line, because that's what it's doing. The thing about it is the intraday range is strong. It's very strong. What you're looking for on intraday trades on the left elbow is how that pricing control will eventually get put in there. And basically, here's that Amazon left elbow. So they took it down. I will let people know, since that happened, I just went in here and I bought 100 shares for people at 149.90. And I own it right here because, here, let's put that level 2 up there. I've got senior traders are big off the bottom. That's another left elbow gap down entry. One thing that we would like to tell people here is that I'm going to hit this button right here and watch. Watch these info panels down here. Watch those gauges go wacky, because what it's doing is it's going to give me all of my opening data right here of what goes on in our system. So basically, all of the yellow dots is everything that's tied into the mathematical brain as far as pricing goes. And we're in that Amazon trade. We just sold off Netflix for a profit. I can tell you one thing, I've got traders moving in on that price line, on that low, on that action. Yes, I do. How many shares you got? You got what, 1,500? Okay. Put that stop market. What's your entry? 340. All right, so you got to keep a stop at 340.90. Yep. All right, here we are right now. We've got it moving on. This is that trade again. This is that Amazon. This is that Amazon left elbow gap down, and we took an entry on it. The Amazon trade had peaked right here, but the left elbow gap down, the MMT, uses what's inside of the brain here, and these ratios that are priced inside of here dynamically puts the market maker in control of that bottom. And as he went right up above half of that bar, that was the time to get in. We topped out. We got all the data. As soon as we got below 85 here, that's when that slide that bar. And basically we slid this bar. I'm sorry if it wasn't in the video. We slid that bar, half of that bar, and that's when you would be exiting the top of the move. And that's exactly what Mr. Ken Flagg did. And that's exactly what you would do, because that's what the system says to do. And basically you're burning at 66. And let's take a look at some of the brain readings. Let's take a look at the teeny high on this one here. on Amazon is that you had the negative teeny lows where you were buying off of that bottom and then selling into that top. And you can see the movements right here. Teenies off the intraday high and what they mean in penny wise. Teenies off the intraday low and everything that goes on in here that you're learning, along with that bid and ask trend ratio. That right there, which is also down in that other info panel, that has to be working in the right way. So when this stops going down, we will find price. We will find price. If I go below 55 here, then I'm going to come down and go below that next mathematical line. And the system has drawn them all. So basically, I can do exactly this. I can raise this info panel up here. That's the MMT info panel. And as you raise that up there, all I have to do is click on that bar twice, and it'll highlight it. There it is. This blue bar is half of the SMF bar. If I hold 149.53, that's half of this bar on this pullback. That means that this breakout is good. But SMF calculates this bar mathematically for the MMT. And basically, so they're going to write that number down. And this current bar right here is where, when we go up here in the info panel, make sure you're up there, it'll highlight that bid and ask ratio. That's very important. That half bar right here is 150.55. That means that that bar, until you close back above it right here, you're not out of this pullback in our system here. Here, I'm sorry, let's make sure it's all on the video. If I stay above 55 here, I can make price, and we will. And that's where you get that left elbow gap down, selling at the top. You broke half of that bar, that created the sell. And basically now we only pull back toward that 55, and we're at 65. We've got an uptick, but we know what has to happen here is half of that bar at 150.55 pennies. We got to take that out, and we have to close above that. When that happens, you're going to have more of a stronger move. And we'll conclude the Amazon tape.